Hello and welcome to another video. This is going to be my Reading Quest week 1 wrap up. I didn't do a video for my TBR for the Reading Quest. I did however do a blog post which I will link down below, and also along with details of the Reading Quest. I'm sure most of you know by now, but the Reading Quest looks like this. It's essentially like a board. It's based on a RPG game, or the idea of it is to be like an RPG game. So you have 4 tracks along the outside, which are Knight, Mage, Rogue and Bard, and then the 9 squares in the middle are side quests. So you choose a track, you complete the challenges in the track and as many of the side quests as you like. The only rules really are that you have to complete one of the tracks before starting on another outside track, but you can go in any order you like and the side quests can be completed at any point. I chose the Mage track, and if you check out my blog post you'll see that I did a TBR for it. However, I did change a few things around, and in this wrap up there are a couple of changes, so I'll go through those as I go. So the first quest that I completed was the side quest, which was mini game, which was read a graphic novel, novella or a poem collection, and I read a graphic novel which was Star Wars Poe Dameron Volume 1 Black Squadron. This is about Poe Dameron from the Force Awakens movie, before the movie happens. So this is about his adventures and what he gets up to with his team before the events of the Force Awakens. I love Poe. He's my favourite character from the new films. And I do get the comics individually, but I haven't actually read them. I just collect them because I'm sad like that, and I wait until the bind up is here for me to read them, and I really enjoyed this one, so it's well worth a go if you're a fan of Poe Dameron. Next up, from the Mage track I chose the first book in read the first book in a series. And on my TBR, I had planned to read The Novice by Taran Matharu. However, I realised that the Dark Tower movie is coming out based on the Stephen King's Dark Tower series, which is a series of books. So I bought Volume 1, Gunslinger, and obviously you can tell it's got the new movie cover on the front of it. And it is book 1. I think it's a 7-book series. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 7. I think. I was really disappointed in this. It was slow. It was boring. I get that he was trying to create a little bit of intrigue and mystery, but for me it was just boring. I didn't particularly like the characters. From the blurb on the back and from what I've read of the film, it doesn't seem to make any sense. It doesn't really follow along with that. So yeah, it was a little odd. I have to admit, before this I didn't actually realise Stephen King really wrote anything other than horror, so I'd never read anything by him before. But I was just a little bit let down by this. I gave it like 2 stars, and I'm not going to continue on with the series. It doesn't hold much interest for me, so I'm hoping the movie's better. I'm going to see that on Wednesday with my dad. So yeah, that was a shame. Next, also from the Mage track, was to read a book set in a different world. And for that I read The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. Obviously set in space. So yeah. This was really good. And I mean the cover is just stunning. You can't really see it here on film, but the cover is stunning and I loved it. I can't say much about it without spoiling it, but the blurb on the back does not even remotely indicate how awesome this book's going to be. You go into it thinking it's going to be like a romance in the stars. Yeah. And it challenges everything, but it's really well written. I really enjoyed it. I flew through it quite quickly actually, and I'm definitely going to be checking out more of Lauren James's work because I really liked her writing. Then the last book that I've managed to read in the first week is The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. I got this in a Book Box Club box from July, and originally I was going to use it for my side quest of read any book, but then as I started it I realised it's set in the 1940s, so I'm actually going to use it for a different side quest, which was read a book set in the past or the future. So obviously this is set in the past, so I'm using it for that one. Really enjoyed this. It's an amazing mystery, and it's just really well written. It keeps you hooked, it keeps you interested. It did start off quite slowly, it took me a while to get into, but once I did, I really enjoyed it. I would definitely check this out if you're looking for like a really intriguing mystery story. Yeah, so I would give it a go. I enjoyed it. So yeah, so in the first week I have actually managed to complete these, which are 2 off of the track and 2 side quests, which I'm really pleased about, considering when I did the booktubeathon I managed to read none of the challenges. I completed nothing. So far we're doing well. Currently I'm also 140-ish pages off finishing The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which counts for another side quest, which is read a book with 500 or more pages in it. I'm actually listening to this on audiobook, and as well as like so like if I end up finishing in, because I listen to it on the way to and from work, so if I end up getting home and it stops in like the middle of a chapter or something, I'll then finish reading it and then move the audiobook on when I get in the car the next day. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days that will be finished. And then also today I started The Girl of Ink and Stars by Kieran Millward Hargrave, and this will complete the book which involves magic, and I am about halfway through now, so I'm hoping to get that done quite soon as well. Really liking it. It's what I think would be termed middle grade book, children's book, but it's really interesting so far, and I quite like the main character, and I like the mystery we've set up with the island that they live on. So yeah, those are the 2 that I'm hoping to complete within this next week. But thank you for joining me for this little check-up. I'm quite chuffed with how well I'm doing so far. So that is my first week 1 check-in, and I'll see you again next Sunday for my next check-in. So if you're doing the reading quest, please let me know how you're doing, what you're enjoying. If you've read any of the books that I've read, I'll love to chat to you down below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.